Pixel stretching is a fun and creative way of making your image stand out. Let me show you some examples here. I am Elodie, a wildlife photography instructor from Montreal, Canada. I specialize in wildlife, of course, but also creative photography and creative techniques. I have several photography courses on different themes, and I often share tips and freebies on my Instagram. I'm going to show you how to do pixel stretching. There are, of course, several ways, as always, with Photoshop, and I'm going to show you some of them on how you can achieve this kind of look. The most important thing to understand to do the pixel stretching is that you will have to align all the colors of the pixel that you want to stretch in a line which is going to be vertical or horizontal that you will be able to select with this tool afterwards. So the first step is really to select all the pixel onto a line that you want to have later in your pixel stretching. What I found out while having fun with these images is that the more colorful your subject is, the more interesting your end image is going to be. First, I'm going to bring this image into Photoshop. I am going to select the subject. Depending on the version of Photoshop that you have, you can already have a subject selection available. I have an older version of Photoshop, so I will just select my subject. Now that my subject is selected, I'm going to make a right click and duplicate my subject onto another layer. I'm going to use my main subject to select the colors. To do so, you need to select the pixel, and there are different methods to select the pixel. My favorite method is just to take a small rectangle of your image and to duplicate it. And you can do that several times in a row just to have one line. And I'm using those different rectangles and then putting them into a line. Then I'm going to use either vertical or horizontal, but I'm doing a vertical line, so I'm going to select the vertical pixel here with this tool. And basically, it's going to select only a line of the pixel where the colors are. This is really all I need to do the pixel stretching. So here you've done the hardest part. There are also other methods of selecting the line of pixel. If you have a subject that's quite big, you can maybe already have all the pixel you need on the line. So you can use directly the tool that I've used instead of selecting several small rectangles. If you also have the colors that you like in a row, then you can duplicate your subject and turn it with a free transform, so Command or Control and T, so you can align the colors that you want on a horizontal or vertical line. So from this very fine line of pixel, I'm going to stretch the pixel and just have fun with it. So I use the free transform, so Control or Command, depending if you're on a Mac or not, and T. Now that you have your pixel stretch, you can have a little fun and give it a little bit of movement. So as I said, you use the free transform tool, Control and or Command and T, and you select the layer where you only have this pixel stretching, and you're going to use this little button to make the movement happen in your pixel stretching. It's now the time to have fun with it and play to achieve the final look that you want. You can also add a shadow to give a three-dimensional feeling here. So I'm going to add a shadow on the pixel stretching using a mask to have the shadow only where I want. You can also add a shadow on the hummingbird here to make it pop a little bit more. So now you know how to do pixel stretching and you can have fun. If you liked my edits and techniques that I use, and if you want to learn more, as I said at the beginning of the video, I have freebies and free resources on my Instagram bio link where you can learn, and you can also buy one of my courses, which are on more specific themes like creative light and shadows, wildlife photography, hummingbird guide. Also, we talked about the how to find your own photography voice, which is very important more for advanced students. I also have a winter photography course, which is very interesting because winter can be quite challenging in terms of photography, and I know about it quite well living in Canada. Don't hesitate to send me a message if you want to learn more or if you have a question. I'm always really happy to help you. Thank you for watching.